Hey guys, my name is Inanula and I share years of personal experience in the fashion industry, giving you key insights into buying and merchandising skills. Today is really exciting because I get to have another video call with another one of my lovely YouTube subscribers, which is amazing. So I really appreciate all of the lovely messages and people even wanting to meet up and have a video chat. So today I'm going to be meeting Alexis. She lives in Texas, America, and so she's a fashion merchandising major at SHSU, and she is also the president of the Fashion Society at her university. And so she has an amazing future ahead of her. She's doing so much, and she just had some questions about fashion buying and merchandising and all of that great stuff. So I just thought, why not have a chat, and also why not share it with all of you. And so we're just going to get into that now, and I'll share that with you right now. And so hopefully this is going to be great. So yeah. Hey.
Hi.
So like basically
Yeah.
approached me on Instagram from my YouTube channel, and I really loved your message. You like just wanted to know more, so I was happy to meet you. So just tell me about yourself.
Yeah, I'm so glad to meet you too. My name's Alexis. I'm a junior at at Sam Houston State University. It's in Texas. I'm majoring in fashion merchandising and minoring in business. I am the president of the fashion merchandising club here on campus.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's something that has a lot of like tension with me, or in my head and stuff like that, trying to get everything together with that club. A fun fact about me, I used to model when I was about like 16 or so. So
Cool.
yeah. And ever since then, I've always been interested in fashion buying since I was about like 14 or 15. So that's one reason why I started modeling, was to kind of get into the field of modeling first and see how I would like it and see if it would kind of go into fashion, which it kind of did. So
Cool.
now I really want to learn fashion buying. Like,
Cool. How long have you got until you graduate? Sorry, I'm not sure if you said.
Oh no, you're good. I have one more year. I graduate 2022.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So like, I'm just glad to be a part of your journey, and I'd like to like keep
Thank
this going.
Yes, I would love to. I love this.
So, like, yeah, you had a few questions to me, which I did read, and I have like a few answers for you. Like, you
Okay.
can like, I'll let you lead. Like, you can just literally like ask me the questions you had, and yeah, I'll just like share anything you want to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first question would be, would you recommend someone that's interested in fashion buying to get like a master's degree in business or management or any degree? What degree do you really think a fashion buyer should have in order to be in the industry?
Yeah, so for fashion buying, yeah, definitely you want an industry specific degree. And for something like product development, it's very different to fashion. So it's good to be in that specific field. I think the degree you have is brilliant.
Okay.
I did fashion design and I studied up in buying. So I think like the fact that you're doing merch and buying in itself is great. You're on a brilliant trajectory. And in terms of like masters, I think you mentioned before, like you were thinking of like masters. I would recommend just getting experience.
Okay.
Because there's so much that once you get into the job, you realize it just can't be taught. It's just something you need to learn on the job.
You're right.
Just get in there, just get a job or even work experience is what I would recommend for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely look into that.
Yeah.
What is some advice you would tell someone that is interested in fashion buying?
So what advice did I have? Yeah, so trend analysis is like the biggest deal in fashion buying because you're like at the forefront of what the newness is, what we're going to take into the shop. So the advice I'd give you is just try and project where the industry is going, not only in terms of like new trends here and there, but just how the industry is changing, how we're going to like mold into a new form, because obviously like with the way the world is now, you know, there's lots of things that are changing and you have to be like at the front of that. Yeah, so just be that person. Trend analysis is completely key. Yeah.
Okay. Do you also recommend like watching a bunch of YouTube videos? Because I've noticed before I found your video, it was really hard to find like recent videos.
Well, tell me about
yeah.
it. That's even why I started, because there's not much out there. Yeah, definitely like watch a lot of YouTube videos, but also like start your own, because it shows your future employer that like, you know, you're out there, you're doing something, you're talking to people, you know, this shows like you have a real interest. And yeah, just like collect all the information you can from everywhere. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I definitely want to start making a YouTube channel, but I just don't know which direction to go in. So
I think you would be great because you're already studying it. So
yeah,
you could just like show your classes or show the projects that you guys do. People love to watch stuff, so definitely make content.
I will.
Yeah.
Before starting your career, did you ever have like any doubts, or were you ever discouraged starting as a fashion buyer?
Yeah, so like as I said, I started in design actually. Design like came later. So I would say my doubts really came in like being a designer, because then I was just like really overwhelmed. My first job that I ever got was just like really fast paced, like straight out of uni, and you know, doing the whole thing. It was a lot. So then eventually I knew I wanted to start a brand. So I learned that buying and merchandising is where it's more important, because it's the business end of things. And then I just found my way in that. So I would say if something's not working, maybe like you can try that, but also be open to other avenues, because I don't know what your long-term goals are, because obviously you want to be a buyer, but like what do you want outside of that, like for your life? If you want to start a brand or something, just think about things long term, rather than just like, yeah, don't get discouraged with like, oh, it was a really bad time, so now I'm just like not gonna do it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know for a fact that that's the only thing, I guess, long term for me, fashion buying. I don't really have plans to like make a brand, but maybe one day I'll be like, you know what, I want my own brand. So I'm trying to start. Yeah, I'm just trying to start somewhere.
This is really exciting. I think you're in a really exciting place, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what you get into.
Thank you. I'm so excited because I am taking a class, and it's buying one. It's called Buying One, and it's basically learning retail math. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Retail math is a lot. If you ever do some videos on like anything specific that you're doing, I'd be perfectly happy to do that. We do that all day.
Yeah. Yes, please. That would be amazing. Yeah. I would love that. Yes. Let's see. Oh, so is there any programs or tips that can kind of help kickstart? I think that you already mentioned that. So let me see.
Well, yeah, to kickstart your career, there's lots of stuff you can do. I think what the stuff you're doing is amazing. Like you're president of the department and stuff. Also things like volunteering. So there's a lot of unfortunately unpaid work you might have to do. Do that. If you can't find an actual job, just tell them, okay, you've rejected me for this role, but I would like to still come and just shadow somebody. Like, always just, you know, do that. The industry can be quite hazy at times, and it is like that. Yeah, and I think you're in America, so I'm not too sure like what you use, but we have like filters and things like that for like job postings. So
yeah, I know internships right now it's kind of hard to find, so I'm looking into that, like fashion buying internships, but it's so hard. So
one of the things I didn't get to emphasize to Alexis was that you don't have to go straight for the unpaid internships, because once you graduate, you are still qualified enough for an actual paying job. So always go for those first, apply for all the actual paid jobs that you can, and then see the feedback that you get from that. And only then you can go for the unpaid internships for any feedback that you might have gotten, or to gain more experience required. And here are just more job posting sites specific for the fashion industry.
oh, what is your favorite part about being a fashion buyer?
Oh, yeah, I think definitely when your stuff makes it to store, like that's just the best. It's
I
like,
feel like
yeah, it's like this was our idea. Now it's in the shops and people wearing it as well. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's not nice when you get like bad feedback from stuff, but I guess you do. You have to take the good with the bad. Also, I've been to a few press shows as well, and like Fashion Week, where our stuff was actually literally on the show. So that is the most rewarding part about the job, hands down. Yeah.
I love that. That's what, oh my God, it's so exciting. My last question.
So excited about it as well, because it's like you would never believe that like you actually do work with people who don't appreciate what they have. So it's like it's great that you love it, and that's why it's so far. Yeah.
That's so amazing. Okay. My last question would be, what is a typical day like to you?
So typically, day to day, it's probably not as glamorous as people might think. We spend a lot of time calculating sales. So we're constantly analysing our best sellers, and we want to basically know what's doing well, and then that's what we're going to pull forward and push into next season. So yeah, a lot of it is like on trade charts, and we're just like looking at like sale figures and stuff like that. That's the thing we do the most day to day. And then you would have lots of sign-off meetings. So you would be in a meeting with like a huge room full of samples like wrapped on a wall, and then you would decide, okay, we're going to take this, we're going to take that, and calculate units and stuff. After we've had conversations like that, we would sit with our head merchandisers, head buyers, and really put all of that information down onto either a range plan or something. And then that's the stuff that goes over to factories to order for the season. So that's a typical rundown of your day. Yeah.
Is your team big? Like the buyers in your team, is it like a bunch of buyers, or is it just 4 or 3 of them?
So that really depends on the department you're in. So like when I was at Debenhams, I'm not sure if you're too familiar with that department store in the UK, and that was massive. So I was on women's wear, and we had probably about 40 buyers, and then you would have the same for merchandisers, but then they would break us down into like really small brands or categories. If you're on knitwear, if you're on a certain brand, and then that's when it gets smaller and smaller. So my immediate team was only 4 buyers and 4 merchandisers, and then we would all work on our small section, but the overall department was like really massive.
Wow, that's cool. Oh my God. Yeah. Just thinking about it just makes me so happy.
Oh, bless you.
Well, that's all my questions. Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, well, I'm sorry I didn't prepare any questions for you, but I just...
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd definitely like you to stay in touch, and also, let me know if you have any videos you want me to do, like any informative stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been helping a lot of people, even like their coursework or their homework and stuff, because like it's so funny looking back like when I was in uni, the stuff they'd make us do, and then now day to day, it's like it's nothing. But then at the time, you're stressing over it, you know?
Yeah, like I totally understand.
Yeah.
It's like the work that you do now, is it easier, would you say, or is it kind of similar?
100%. It's way
okay.
easier. I can do it
Wow.
all day with my eyes closed. But then in uni, it would take me like weeks and weeks to do that one, you know, task or project.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for spending the time answering my questions. I'm so sorry about being late. That's not like me at all.
Don't worry, honestly. Yeah, I've really got to shoot off though.
Yes.
I'm glad we've managed to have this chat, and I'm sure we'll have many more as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.